What is the big term in our space? Abundance mindset, right? How in the world are you gonna have an abundance mindset if a lot of your life you have not worked on? Woo! Let's go, boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, guys, man, welcome back to another YouTube video. And today I have a buckle your seatbelt, strap on your parachute type of video. The harsh truth about going monk mode, why it's actually hurting you. Guys, this is probably going to be one of the most important videos I've ever made. So I need you guys to pay very, very close attention. If you need to take out a notepad for this video, please take it out and pay very, very close attention to everything I'm going to say, right? This is going to help you very, very well long term. So please open your eyes, your nose, your ears, everything, and pay attention. Let's jump right into the video. I have no time to waste, guys. The harsh truth about going monk mode, why it's actually hurting you. Guys, the first thing is monk mode actually makes you socially awkward, and this is partly my fault. For a long time, I myself, right, along with other people, have told guys, focus on yourself. Focus on this, focus on this. But what I've learned, right, as I've grown up, as I've had more life experiences, as I've had more failures and results, is that you as a man need to be very, very competent in all parts of your life so you're not a target, so you don't lack in certain areas. And I believe this is what monk mode has done to not just myself, but to a lot of guys. When you're only focused on one thing, you become extremely socially awkward. I got guys coming to me who haven't talked to a girl in over 2 years. I got guys coming to me who are 40, 50 years old, and the woman that they're dealing with, they can't even go out there after she dumps him. They can't even go out there and have a conversation with a girl. This is what monk mode has done. It has forced men into a corner to become inadequate in a lot of areas of their life, hoping to be great at one area of your life. And guys, I have realized that this is a horrible mistake. You need to be able to practice your social skills. All right, I remember when I was in college and I was studying engineering, and I was just focusing on engineering, just focusing on school. I didn't know how to talk to a girl. I couldn't even go up. It was like girls frightened me. And I look back now and I'm like, how did I come on YouTube and give guys this advice, right? I've never really been a huge fan of monk mode, but I've given guys the advice to just focus on one thing. And I'm looking back on my life when I struggled the most. All parts of my life, guys, where I struggled the most, it was because I was trying to do one thing at a time instead of being a more well-rounded man. When I wasn't able to talk to girls, it was because I was focusing just on school. When I wasn't making as much money as possible, it was because I was focusing just on girls. You need to be socially aware. You need to be socially confident, right? This is gonna translate to all parts of your life, your business, your relationships with men and women. You need to become good with men as well. So if you're stuck at home not doing anything because you're on monk mode, guess what? This is gonna make you a weirdo because your social score is gonna be very, very low. And then when you do try to come back out there and be better with people, it's gonna show. It's gonna be off-putting. Your behavior is not gonna it's gonna look weird. So guys, I am now an advocate for all men to not do this. Because what I've seen, and the reason I'm making this video is I've seen so many guys suffer from this, and they're realizing the problem's too late. So I'm here trying to save as many people as possible, try to get as many guys to get off this nonsense as fast as possible and to start becoming more competent. The more competent man wins. The better you are at everything, the better you are as a man. Self-improvement is not working on one thing singularly. Self-improvement means I am working on my entire self. You cannot call yourself high value, myself included, if you're just good at one thing. Why not good at everything? Why can't you be focused on your work, be focused on your fitness, be focused on your money, while still being good with women? Why? It's not that much of a feat. It's not that complicated to do. I'm not saying you go start prioritizing women or money. No, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is not to start prioritizing anything. You get my point? The point of this video is to prioritize everything, not just one thing at a time. Put the things that you need to focus the most time and energy into first. What I like to do, guys, I like to draw a triangle. My work, purpose comes at the top of the triangle. This is what I'm gonna dedicate the most amount of time to in a single day. Second is my fitness. Third will be my family and friends. Lastly is women. In that triangle, I have dedicated several hours to my purpose, to getting in the gym, to my family and friends, and lastly to women. But there's no point in the day, there's no point any day where I'm not working on every part of my life. So when I get to the top, when I finally reach the heights of success that I want to reach, there's no part of me that anybody can manipulate. There's no part of me that anybody can say, oh, well, you got this, but you don't got this. There's no part, because I've worked on everything. I don't want to help raise a generation of men, and I don't want to see what I'm seeing now, guys who are older, who have come and made money, and they're lacking so severely in one part of their life that is ruining them. Literally guys coming to me who are 40 years old, 50 years old. Their girlfriends have dumped them. Their wives have dumped them, taking half their shit. And now they have to go back into the market with no idea what to do, with no idea how to attract women in their life, because they've never worked on this. All the money in the world, what does that mean? If a woman sees you as an easy target. So please, guys, you need to start dedicating time to become better at everything. You cannot be socially awkward and expect that just because you're focusing on getting better in the gym, or just because you're focusing on getting better money, that is gonna overcompensate. I'm gonna get to that point a little bit later. But let's get to the second point. Monk mode forces you to operate out of scarcity. What is the big term in our space? Abundance mindset, right? Have an abundance mindset. Have an abundance mindset. How in the world are you gonna have an abundance mindset if a lot of your life you have not worked on? How in the world are you gonna have an abundance mindset if the only thing you're good at is what you have to now use to overcompensate for the lack of in other parts of your life? Abundance mindset, guys, you get through abundance. You get abundance when you're competent in all areas of your life. I'm gonna take me for instance, guys. Like I mentioned a little earlier, if I look at all the stages of my life, if I'm FedEx Fearless right now at 26 years old, if I can go back to a FedEx Fearless at 17, 18, the one advice that I would tell him is to do exactly what I'm telling you guys to do right now. Hey bro, this engineering degree you trying to get, you ain't gonna make that much money. Start learning some shit else. Hey bro, the girls ain't picking you because you look like shit. You don't even know how to speak to a girl. Start working on that. You in okay shape, but you're not in great shape. I would have told myself to give myself more abundance and start working on more areas in my life. I've had to make the mistake of trying to do this one thing. Even if I got good at this one thing, I still was struggling in other areas. You don't get abundance magically. You don't get abundance by acting out of scarcity. What I'm seeing is that guys, they work on parts of their life, right? Let's say it's a guy who just worked on his money. He works on his money, but he hasn't practiced his social skills. He hasn't got good with talking to women. He doesn't know how to text girls he likes. He doesn't have an attractive image that can consistently allow him to attract women. So what do you think happens, guys? Let you watching this video. If a guy hasn't worked on those parts, but has been working on his money, what do you think then happens once he gets money? I'm gonna let you tell me. He does what? He overcompensates with what? With money. This is how guys are getting screwed. Or let's say a guy just has status. He hasn't worked on social skills. He hasn't worked on understanding women. What do you think happens when he finally reaches the level of status that he has, that he wants? He overcompensates with status. Let's look at Mr. Zion Williamson for a second. Zion Williamson is a perfect example of a guy who didn't understand women, but got status, and now is suffering the consequences because of that. Dealing with scallywags, corn stars, because he doesn't know how to properly vet women. A true high value man, we don't need to sleep with every girl. We've dealt with so many women, or enough women to know which women to avoid. We don't just look at a pretty face and a big butt and say, that's enough for you to get with me. We know that there are consequences for dealing with certain types of women, so we just avoid them. We have dick discipline. How do you get dick discipline, guys? Is it by working on this one part of your life? Or becoming very competent as a man to where all parts of your life are on point, so you know what to look out for. When you work on just one part of your life, like a Zion Williamson, you become a target. You guys understand that there are women out there who look for men like that, who look for men that don't understand game. They that have status. There are literally women out there, guys, who they will prey on guys who are coming up or who have just made it, hoping they don't know female nature, latch on to them as a meal ticket. Is that who you want to be? Do you want to work on your status and your money to then become a target? Or do you want to have the skills, the power to be able to attract the kind of woman you want in your life while also working on your status, money, and looks? If you want to stop operating out of scarcity, if you want to finally be respected, you got to start getting good at everything. You're harder to replace, guys, when you're scarce, not when you're operating out of scarcity. Who is the man that is easier to replace? Is it the man who just has money? Is it the man who just has status? Is it the man who just understands women? Or is it the man who has everything? I would rather be an 85 in all parts of my life. You guys already know me. I have a very obsessive character. I have an obsessive nature about things. When I want to work on something, I'm going to do it 1,000,000%. I'm like rigorously working on all parts of my life because I'm obsessed about results. I don't want to be a target. I don't want to get finessed. I don't want to just lead with my success. I don't want to just lead with my looks. I want women to have a hard time replacing me. It's going to be hard to replace a dude like me when I got everything, when I'm in great shape, when I'm handsome, when I understand women, when I have status. How? Who is going to be harder to replace? A guy that checks all the boxes or the guy that checks one box? Monk mode sets you up to be played by most women. So another thing I'm realizing is when guys just focus on one thing, they start to overcompensate, but they get with women, and now all their cards are on the table. What do you mean by this, FitX? Well, if you only have one part of your life that you've worked on so much, it's like you're playing Russian roulette, right? It's like, okay, this is the one. I'm hoping that I don't get my head cut off by picking the wrong girl. You're hoping that whatever you just worked on is what this one woman values. And if she doesn't, what happens? You get frustrated. You get angry. This is where this red pill rage comes from, because a lot of guys will work on themselves for so long, and then they finally get back into the market, and what happens? You look good, but you're poor. So women still don't take you seriously. Oh, you got money, but you don't look good. So women use you for your money. So guys become even more frustrated. And it sets them up to be played by women, because what do you guys know about women? They're hypergamous, they're emotional, but they're always trying to poke holes in who you are as a man, right? You guys know this. If you've dealt with women long enough, you will know that women are always trying to find what your weakness is. So when they realize that you're not as well-rounded as a man that you can be, they know that your money is all you got. They know that your status is all you got. They now say, okay, they're gonna play into that, and then they're gonna try to play you because they see one big old target. They feel like you don't understand them. They feel like they can use you, right, for what you're good at. You don't want to be played by women who are looking at you as an easy come up. You don't want to be played by women who are looking at you as, okay, he got this, but he don't got this, so I'm gonna go get what he don't got from elsewhere. That's why I tell you guys, I'm not playing when I say all parts of your life. I'm working on my sex game. I'm working on my looks, my health, I'm obsessed about results, guys. I track my fucking water every day. I track my food every day. I track my money every day. I take time to look, I got a damn Kindle. I take time to read every day. I'm that serious about making sure that no part of my life is lacking. I refuse. I'm constantly trying to educate myself. I'm constantly trying to give myself an edge. Why? Because I know the more competent I become as a man, right, the harder I am to replace. It's gonna be very hard to play me. It's gonna be tough. I ain't just worked on my money. I ain't just working on my looks. It's gonna be tough. And lastly, monk mode makes you more insecure in the long run. What I want you to be as a man, right? FitX Feelers, look at FitX Feelers, look at my advice as I'm gonna tell you what's harsh, right? I'm not your friend, guys. I am not your friend. I am here as a father figure, as a motivator, so you get the most out of life. I don't give a damn if you don't like me. I really don't care. I want you to get results. I would rather you get results than like me. Because what you gotta understand is we're all being programmed by somebody. Somebody's programming you, bro. Is your programming, does it have your best interests at heart? Are the words that I'm telling you, do I have your best? Look at your life in total. Analyze what I've just told you so far in this video. If you look at your life on a long enough time span, which advice do you think is gonna be best for you on a long enough time span? Being a very competent man in all parts of your life, or working on just one area? You just think about that for a second, G. Right? I don't want you to be a man that once you work on one thing, you haven't worked on everything else. So now you're insecure about certain parts of your life. I don't want you to be insecure about anything. I want you to be so damn confident that it's unbelievable, that women have no choice. I want you to give the people in your life, women and men, no choice but to have tremendous respect for you, to value you, to be afraid of losing you. And this happens when you're competent in all areas of your life. Insecurities are bred from a lack of knowing that you're not that good in certain parts of your life. Human beings, we're very realistic. We try to pretend like we're not, but we know what we struggle with. We know what we struggle with, guys. And the things that we lack, those things tend to eat at us. I'm telling you as a man that the sooner you can get serious about improving all parts of your life, improving your skills with women, improving your understanding of life, money, finances, health and fitness. I want my guys to be undeniable. Right? I want you to be it makes no sense. Like, people just have to give you your props. They have to give you your flowers. You're just that dude. Please, guys, as a man, what I'm realizing is I'm getting guys who are young, I'm getting guys who are old, who have decided that I'm just gonna do one thing at a time, and then they're suffering so much from it. All the money in the world won't make you lose your social awkwardness. Getting all the women in the world won't make you money. No part of your life needs to be lacking. I want you to be good at everything, so there's nothing that a woman can come in the future and poke at you with. Oh, you insecure about this, huh? Now they found a weakness. Now they gonna play on that weakness. I want my dudes to be what? Undeniable. Get to being undeniable. Start working on all parts of your life. Prioritize the things that require the most energy from you. So what I want you guys to do, everybody watching this video right now, if you don't already have Google Calendar, download Google Calendar. This is how I prioritize and track my days. The things that take the most amount of time, they get the most amount of time. My business, my purpose, it gets a chunk of my time. But I also got time for my fitness in there. I also got time to talk to family and friends. And I also got time to deal with women. The problem with guys is you're focused on chasing women. That's the truth. The motherfuckers that's telling you, oh, you forget women for a second. How do you have to forget women if you attracting them, not chasing them? If you focused on attracting women, how in the hell you got to spend that much time with girls? Bro, I work on my image. I work on my fitness. I make sure I create an attractive image of who I am so I can consistently attract women. I don't got to spend that much time to get new girls. I don't got to spend that much time to get dates. You got to spend that much time to get dates because you haven't worked on creating and attracting women. So don't sit up here and act like women are taking that much of your time. Oh, they're taking that much of your time because you're spending so much time. If you spent that time to prioritize your image, who you are as a man, you can focus on attracting women. It's 168 hours in the week, bro. Come on, G. 24 hours in a day, even if you sleep 8 hours, and even if you work 12 hours, which most of y'all are not doing. Let's say you work 8 hours. You sleep 8. That's 16. There's still another 8 left. You work out 2 hours. That's 18 hours. That's still 6 hours left. What else are you doing with your day? Focus on attracting women, and they can get less time. You can spend less time to get them. Bro, I know guys who run businesses and still are attracting women. They're not spending every hour talking to girls, but they've worked on their image to attract women in their life. So they don't have to spend that much time getting new women. So when you do have free time, that's when you can deal with them. Competence, guys, in all parts of your life makes you high value. Self-improvement is working on your entire self. And I'm out, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Love you, boys.